Hi, Crystal.
Hi, ma'am.
You can hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think I'm going to briefly introduce Amrut ma'am. Okay, give me just half a minute for that. Okay, and then I
Sure,
will
ma'am.
close my video. But has Amrut ma'am joined back again?
Can't see her, ma'am.
Yeah, exactly. So keep an eye on that. I'm right here.
Sure. Yeah.
Will it be a problem for her video to start if I
Hello,
start
can
with
you
my
hear me? Yeah,
Yes.
hi, good evening.
Hello, Zamrut. Yes. Good evening. Crystal, you have to tell me when to go ahead, okay?
Ma'am, we're good to go ahead now.
Great. So, good evening, everybody. And I have personally decided that I'm going to introduce Zamrud Patel, who's a very dear friend of mine and an extremely knowledgeable person. She's the chief dietitian at Global Hospital. She has published many papers. She's a guide for student research and she has many achievements to herself. But now I am going to hand over the entire session to Crystal and I'm eagerly waiting for it to continue.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Welcome,
Lisa.
Zamrud.
Okay, ma'am. So welcome as well. So two questions here, which are given to me by few of our friends. So the first question is on an
Okay,
water should a person
so
drink?
it's a very valid question because we all know that water is one of the food that we really need. It's an important nutrient for our body. And if you go as per what WHO says, WHO says that depending upon your environmental conditions, your work pattern, probably the requirement of water ranges from 2 liters to 16 liters. Now, again, this definition is very broad. When we are talking of normal people to have water, if you ask me, I would say we should be drinking water as per our thirst, because our thirst tells us when we really need water, because this is a very important nutrient that the body needs. But if you're asking in terms of quantifying it, around 1.5 to 2 liters of water is something that a normal person should be having. Okay, that's very important.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question given to me is tea and coffee said to be? Like many people always tell us that too much is not good, too less is not good. So
So
what
if
is
you ask me,
your
I'm a
opinion on that?
tea addict, okay, and I must be drinking around between 3 to 5 cups of tea a day, and you can see me, I'm fit and fine. I don't think that tea coffee addict. It should not be like an addiction that you can't survive without it. But drinking 2 to 3 cups, 2 to 4 cups, I would say, is fine. There should not be a problem, because again, that is again a source of hydration, though it does contain tannins and caffeines, which we believe are the natural diuretics. Okay, so many people feel that if I drink more tea and coffee, I will flush out more. But probably that's not right, though it is partly correct. But tea and coffee is not bad. But addiction, when we call it, that's bad. Any addiction is bad. So it could even mean the addiction of tea coffee. But tea coffee per se is not bad. For many people who can't have plain water, or they need something for flavoring, to the water, probably this is a good
Okay, ma'am. So since we said on flavoring, are drinks like rasna and tang better than any other
option.
like drinks that
So,
we have?
today in our country, we have a dual burden. One way we are fighting malnutrition, the other way we are fighting obesity. And if you're referring to these drinks, these are sugary drinks, right? So you are also a nutrition based person. So 1 gram of carbohydrate is 4 kilocalories. So when I am taking a drink from Rasna or whatever you say, Tang, again it contains sugar. So the amount of sugar will give you the calories, and probably if it fits in your requirement of your daily calorie requirements, then we are fine. Okay. But if it's going to be an added source where you're going to be adding more calories to yourself, then I believe it's not a good thing. See, I believe in one thing. Moderation is the key. Okay. So it's not that one is good, one is bad, but moderation is important. And again, it has to be individualized. I cannot tell that for a small kid that this is bad completely until the kid may be having a lot of dental problems. So probably there I need to be careful, right? Or for people who are obese, yes, sugary drinks are not good. So we need to control that. That's very important.
Ma'am, so saying about usually like some I don't like to drink so much water like that of Rasna and water. I sometimes turn to cola drinks. So
So
is that
again,
also another
yeah. So again, the cola drinks,
like
if
what do
you
you
see
think?
it's again the sugar content of these cola drinks which are not good for us because we tend to overdo it. We if we keep everything as I earlier also said this that in moderation it is not a problem, but and that adds to the calories in our diet. Because again, your cola drinks, again, the aerated ones you're referring to have a large amount of sugar, right? So it's indirectly adding calories to my day's requirements, which I may not be needing on regular basis. Yes, occasionally there is no harm in what we can have. We will be talking about that also. But I would say that whether you have rasna, you have tang, or you have aerated drinks, these are sources of calories which we can save our calories and eat something more nutritious than only a calorie based drink. Okay, so that's what we have to understand. But yes, you want to have it occasionally, there is no harm in using it.
Thank you, ma'am. This I will surely remember it because I'm a person who drinks and more of cola and stuff. So yeah, thank you for this. I take it personally to me that I will surely try to control it. Now coming back to the topic of water. What are the health benefits of having water? People usually say we don't want to drink water, this water, that water. So what
So
are the health
there
benefits
are
according
there
to
are
you?
papers which show that water is very important for our system. For many of our body processes mechanisms, water is needed. The biggest advantage is it prevents constipation. When you hydrate your skin well, the skin health remains good. Again, that is very important. Again, hydration because you have to understand that 60% of our body weight is water, right? So that's very important. So you need to understand that to prevent constipation, to have good nutritional status, that's very important. To have a good skin, to have good digestion, water is needed. Now there are some papers which also say that it helps in controlling your weight. And how does it do so? Whatever, I mean, this is something that research is showing us today. One is water does not provide any calories, right? It's a empty filler, correct? So if I am hungry and I drink a glass of water, probably at that time I may not eat a high calorie food because of that water. Correct? The other thing is there is research which is showing that partly what happens is that your metabolism rate increases. Okay, when you drink more water. Some researchers are showing it, but then you need to understand that the most important thing that what as nutritionists we understand is that water is a nutrient which does not provide calories and it's a filler for us. So when you keep drinking water regularly, you can avoid eating more calories in the diet.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, because you said it's good in weight loss, so there's another question regarding that. Do you think water
So I
therapy is good for weight loss?
So water therapy is good
What
for
are your
all.
opinions
If
on
you
it?
see the stone disease patients, kidney stone patients, water therapy is something that is recommended the first thing. Similarly, when it comes to weight management, as I told you, partly there are studies which are showing that it increases the rate of your metabolism temporarily. So obviously you burn more energy, that is one part to it. And again, as I've told you, that it is a filler, no? So definitely it's going to help for weight management. Because if I feel hungry and I have a glass of water, it curbs my appetite. Probably at that time I may have had a glass of rasna, it would have given me 100 calories because sugar is added to that, right? We put sugar syrup to this that are available, no? So it's important for me to understand that I have to use water as one of the foods to curb my appetite. That's the most important thing. Now, many people, as you rightly said, don't like the idea of having only water per se. So, what for such people, we tell them to have very thin buttermilk. So, it's like flavored water again, where you just use yogurt and flavor it. You can use lime juice to add to the water to give it a good flavor, or probably you can put lime with ginger or ginger and mint leaves. So, these are, these flavored waters which are now very common. Infused water, right? That's the word. So probably water is a good nutrient. We need to focus and we need to drink. Unfortunately, today we don't concentrate on drinking adequate amounts of water. Why? Because we all sit in AC environments and you don't feel that thirsty today. Okay. If the climate is hot, you definitely feel thirsty and you want to drink. So that's the reason you need to consciously drink water. That's important.
So, ma'am, now since you said about infused water, another question on it. What take on the use of
So
infused water
infused
in
water
meat?
is not a problem. It's just flavorings. Okay, so if you're infusing your water with, as I've already told you, some of the foods like lemon slices, people infuse with other fruit slices, like watermelon. Then I've seen with oranges, melons. So I see people infusing. So it's just flavoring the water. The that much. In fact, it's good because it gives you some amount of electrolytes and it's flavored water. Many people don't like to drink regular water, they want some flavor to the water. So, probably this is a good option. There is nothing wrong. But yes, if you're going to put either sugar, different variety of salt, then probably you need to really look at these infused waters. But if you're using natural fruits and vegetables to infuse your water, they are good because they are just flavorings that will help you to drink more liquid.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Now there's a question from Rita, ma'am. Grandparents avoid drinking water, like not only grandparents, but even senior citizens, like when they reach a retirement age, 58 and above, they tend to avoid drinking water no matter how much we give them, no matter how much we sweeten the water for them. So how do
So
we make
probably
them drink
one
water?
thing that I have used is, give people to eat one or two bites. The moment you give them to eat one or two bites, they will be able to drink water. So like I have seen a lot of people, who munch on dry food. So when they munch on a dry food, they need tend to have water. Like even this happens when you have salty snacks, but I'm not saying have salty snacks. But what I mean is that if you add, the little flavor, some food to the person, automatically this person will tend to ask for water and try to give a dry food, like something like a khakra or thepla or a piece of dokla. The moment you do that, automatically the person will ask for water. Another thing that you can give them sippers, these senior people. Ask them to have an because they don't like the idea of drinking a glass of water, but they would sip a glass of water, sip in 1 hour. So that is one of another ways. Even you may not need flavors for them. Many of them don't want flavors, these senior people. So these are the ways that you can really help them to drink water.
Okay, ma'am. So now since Rita ma'am had asked about how to make them drink water, there's another question here. Given. What are the side effects of not drinking water? Like we normal people, sometimes we
So,
the side
dehydration is
effects to it.
something which you will notice, and it is not good for your system because I have seen people having a lot of lethargy, mood swings, even when they are dehydrated. Of course, we are not talking of dehydration to a level which requires a medical intervention. We are just talking of mildly dehydration. Many people, if you see, they do not have a good appetite or a good mood, so they are very lethargic. So that also, these are some common symptoms that you see when person is not hydrated well. There is mild dehydration. So probably these are common things. So if in these people, if you find that the people are very lethargic or they are not, their mood is not elevated and they are looking little dull to you, probably offer them water and see the result.
Thank you very much, ma'am. This viewing it live will surely try their best to drink as much water as possible. Now, to having water, should water intake of sports
Yes. So when you're talking of
calories?
sports people, it's a different entity altogether. It's not, we are talking of person. A sports person, they perspire a lot because they do the activity. They are perspiring and they need to replenish that losses. So definitely their fluid requirements are calculated by the sports nutritionist, and it's not only fluid. They need to replenish the electrolytes. So their requirements are different and they use a different type of a liquid hydration for them. The nutritionist would be doing that part. But definitely there is that whenever we are doing any form of sports, so even when we go, we are telling that go for a walk, we always say carry a water bottle. Or if you are perspiring a lot, we will always say you will start feeling weak, carry some nimbu pani or some some fruit juice along with you so that you are hydrating yourself well. So that's very important, and sports people definitely require a higher requirement of fluid. Along with fluid, it also require electrolytes.
Okay, thank you. We have spoken about having tea and coffee or being addicted to it. So, what are the long-term effects
So
of
I
having
have
tea and
not come
coffee?
across any negative effect because as Indians, you know that our main beverage, we start our day with a cup of tea or coffee. If you go to the south, people are more with coffee, and if you go towards the north or west, it is more tea. So I have not come across any papers, but yes, I have seen some people really get addicted to tea, and many of them eat their food along with tea or coffee, and probably we do see a some in some cases anemia because iron absorption is hindered. So if that is the case, then you really need to be careful. But per se, tea and coffee may not cause any major harm to the body when you take your required quota.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. So, the last question from my end is that is coconut water equally good as
So
compared to the normal
coconut
water that
water
we have?
probably has electrolytes more compared to your normal water. So it's a rich source of potassium. So probably in people where you need to hydrate them along with electrolytes, coconut water is a good option. But if you're comparing with water, water is a nutrient which does not give you, of course, if you're not having something which is added, infused with electrolytes, the normal water that we have for drinking does not give any calories or any more electrolytes, but coconut water is a good source of electrolytes. So probably it's a good drink, no doubt. In fact, it's a natural food, so it is better than your rasna and colas and your time, definitely. But I would not say that you can replace water with coconut water.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. So, Rita ma'am has another question that beer is a drink that we adolescents choose while having a party rather than having water at any parties or anything. So, how much permissible
Sorry.
to have than
So you're mentioning
any other
hard
hard
drinks.
drink?
You're referring to hard drinks. So if you go as per the guidelines say one peg which is
Yeah.
30 ml once a week. Okay. This is the guideline, or one beer glass which is around 330 ml, that's once a week. That's what is the recommendation saying. Now, how much party people do, we all know. Okay, we do not know. Like today, the concept of a peg has jumped. I didn't know from 30 to 60 is the normal peg that people talk about, right? So it's not something that I would say. I say social drinking is allowed, and we should go as per the guidelines. We should not be deviating from that. But you need to drink more water along with your
Okay, thank
drinking.
you, ma'am. So, ma'am, Shama has a question saying that, ma'am, idea on
It is that
alkaline
sparkling
water.
water. It's a carbonate infused water which is available. It's nothing bad. You can definitely have it. There is nothing wrong in that. Okay, but there are a lot of health claims that I'm seeing with this water. But I want to make it very sure that whenever looking at an health claim, look at the authenticity of that article which is giving you that health claim. I have not come across many research articles, but I don't see anything wrong in having that alkaline water because it's again carbon infused water, so it becomes like a carbonated water. So that's absolutely fine, but I don't think it can make change to your body pH by having such waters.
Thank you very much, ma'am, spending your time. Ma'am has been saying infused water and how
Sorry,
fresh
infused
should we
water.
make it? How to make infused water
So
and how
ideally, infused water is whatever fruits you like or vegetables you like. You should partly crush it, add it to your bottle, and put water and leave it for some time, and then you can keep having water from that. Okay. So this ideally you should be making, and I mean I recommend to be used between 2 to 4 hours, not more than 6 hours. Ideally, you should make a liter and you should finish it in 4 hours. So I normally make mint and lemon, which I just crush partly the mint and the lemon, keep it in my bottle, and then I put water to it and I leave it for some time so that the water gets a good clear. And then I keep sipping this for the next 2 hours. I can finish a liter in 2 hours.
okay. So ma'am, there's a personal question of mine. Usually talking about water. Water also like more healthy and is
So I
at a,
don't
a
think there
normal
is
days.
anything like a detox water. These are again the infused water or the sparkling water or the alkaline waters that you're talking. So they definitely are good for hydrating the body. There is nothing like detox to the body. Of course, when you're eating healthy, automatically there will be less toxins developed in the body, no? So these detox water are again, if you read the labels for these, how they are made, it's again flavored waters which people have been using, juices where vegetable or fruits are used, for these types of water. So per se, I don't think that there is anything like something like a detox per se. But yes, these are good sources of getting some amount of electrolytes, hydrate your body well. That's what we are referring to.
Much ma'am for sharing all your thoughts on about topic of water and which we had. So I hope most of us must have doubts, even though they must have not asked it. But in the middle of the questions that we have been asking, they must have got that clarification as well. So thank you very much, ma'am, once again for joining us. I hope to see you very soon on YouTube. So this is Crystal. This was our
Thank you,
signing off for
Crystal, very
today.
much, and thank you, Dr. Rita, for having me here.